Al-Qaeda, because you know what? It turns out that Al-Qaeda and ISIS and Islamism generally, jihadism generally, have satellites everywhere. Everywhere. Southeast Asia and the Philippines and in Malaysia and in Indonesia and in South Asia, certainly in Pakistan, Afghanistan, even India. And suddenly in the Middle East, Iraq and Syria and Iran and Saudi Arabia and Israel. And then there's the Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt. And then if you go across Northern Africa, well, there are all these Islamists in Libya and in Algeria. And then there's a whole wing of Al-Qaeda and ISIS in Morocco. And then you start going south to Mali and Niger and Chad and Nigeria. There's Boko Haram. And then Kenya and Tanzania and Somalia and Sudan. There's Islamists everywhere in the world. And if your idea of defeating Islamic totalitarianism, of defeating Islamism, of defeating Al-Qaeda, is to defeat every little group in every one of these countries that self-identifies in some way as Islamist, as jihadi, defeating every single little group in every one of these countries, just with American forces, maybe with a little bit of help from the French in Mali, and maybe from the Egyptians in Egypt. If that's a strategy, then of course we're going to lose. And we're going to fight. It's not just about losing. It's about fighting stupid wars and getting American kids killed for nothing. For nothing. Why are we in Niger? To fight Islamism? But we know where Islamism originates. We know who funds all the Islamic causes. We know who gets them ultimately the weapons, who teaches them the ideology. We've known this forever. You can't have troops everywhere where Islamists pop up. Islamists are always going to pop up. What, you're going to kill all the Muslims in the world? You want to deal with this, you have to find its origins, its source. And the only place where the origin is Saudi Arabia and Iran, two countries that are based on Sharia law, two countries dedicated to worldwide rule of Islam, but they're ruled by theocrats. Saudi Arabia is trying to modernize. They actually let women drive now. Woo, whoopee. But that's the enemy. They fund every radicalized mosque, every radicalized movement, every radicalized person is being funded by either the Saudis or the Iranians. It's no accident that 15 of the terrorists on 9/11 were Saudis. The only way to win this war is not to have troops in 120 different countries. It's to recognize the evil of Islamic totalitarianism, to recognize the evil of jihadism, to identify its origins, political origins, which is in Saudi Arabia and Iran, and to end it there.